It's been a while because I had to get myself together. But it is story time, and I'm ready to talk about how I became a stripper. It was a long time ago because now, I'm mature. I don't do that anymore, but it was really crazy because I never would have thought in my years of living in my life that me, who used to be the church girl, who used to go to church, in high school, president of the Bible club, all that me, would be on the pole, okay? I used to work pole, but it's not for everybody. Cut the hype. I started dancing when I was about 20. From younger, when I started working, I always got fired from jobs. Like, I hated being told what to do. I hated structure, like in the sense of you gotta be there at this time and you leave at this time, you clock in, or you have to be on lunch for 15-minute break and 30-minute lunch. That wasn't me. I've been getting fired from jobs since I started. It's not good to say, but I have. Like, 16, worked at McDonald's, got fired because I got mad. I cussed the manager out like he rushing me on the fries. I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna make fries that damn fast? Like, you gotta sit and let it cook. And then when Dixie, I got fired because I spoke my mind, because it was a lot of Hispanic people, and I felt like, it was like a bit of like, the Hispanic people, went to higher levels than black people that was there. That's just my opinion. Then I had call centers. Everybody know PRC. If you're from Miami, everybody done started at PRC, or their mama or daddy worked at PRC. Got fired from there because I was hanging up on the peoples when they was calling, trying to get direct TV. I just got tired of answering their calls. Like, I just ain't want to be there no more. I ain't want to take no more orders for trying to persuade people to get direct TV. So after I got diagnosed and I got on medication and I got better, I was able to drive and be out and about, because I was really crippled and being in the house and not being on my own. And me and my husband at the time, he became my ex-husband after that. So I had to make some money. I had to, 2 kids. I had a toddler and still an infant. So I had to do what I had to do. And a friend of mine who used to go to the same church, what she did, she was like telling me, oh, you should dance. It's money there. I made $800 in one night. I'm like, girl, I am bony as hell. What am I gonna shake? My big toe? Like, I'm bony, baby. Like, what? Who gonna wanna tip me? Who gonna wanna dance with me? Like, at that time, I was 108 pounds. But she was like, nah, it don't matter, girl. It's skinny girls in there. They still be making money. You still could go. You gonna make you some money because you pretty. Even though you small, you gonna make money. So I was like, I think about it, but I was really scared shitless. I was like, I don't know. So I tried the 9 to 5 one more motherfucking time. I tried it one more time. Excuse my language for people who don't like cussing, but I'm a sailor, but I'm gonna try to be good because I'm very respectful. So I tried the job one more time. My last job was at Inktail. And if y'all from Florida, Miami, y'all know Inktail was in Miami Lakes. It was a call center. I wasn't doing outbound, but I was getting inbound calls, and you have to persuade the people to get service or phone service or whatever. But me, just got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and anxiety, so I'm on my medication. That medication be making you feel high. I was on, what was I on? Because they always be changing it. But at that time, I was on Prozac for sure, because they always start you with Prozac. And I was on, it wasn't Volume, it was Klonopin, the yellow pill. And I was on Klonopin. Then they had me on the Tenolol because my heart rate would go up at times because, you know, the anxiety. But after I was on my anxiety medication and stuff like that, that shit ain't phasing me with the heart racing. So I go to Intel, I tried out. A family member had helped me get that job. And I got tired. Like, I got into it with a manager because I felt like, I heard him under his breath say, damn, she bony. I was like, what, I started, you know, cussing him out, doing what I did, you know, just cussing him out. And then the manager was like, okay, you have to go home and like take a breather and then you can come back. I was like, okay, cool, see, because I was finessing the manager anyway, so I could try to get off the phone because he had liked me. So I was like, cool, I'll go home because I want to go home. I don't want to be here. So 2 weeks later, he had me doing the schedules and stuff like that. I was on the phone sometimes, but I still just did not like this structure. So in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm making $10 an hour and I'm working 8 hours a day. That's $80. And my homegirl just said, just for shaking her ass and taking some clothes off, she made $800 in 1 day. Like, that ain't even my check in 2 weeks. So I'm still thinking this, but I ain't saying nothing. I'm still going to work, still getting on the phones, still making the schedules. So one day I was like, man, this shit, I'm tired. I walked out that building and I drove straight to Rolex. Yeah, I'm from Miami. You know, Rolex, the Lex, whatever they want to call it, Climax, they done changed their names about 55 times. I went to the Lex. So I drive up in there, I'm sitting in the car, but I'm so nervous. So this other girl parked next to me. She was like really thick, chocolate girl, like nice shape now. She was cute in the face, but I was like, damn, I'm finna talk to her and ask her why she here because I'm so scared to be by myself. So I was like, oh, you know, like how this work and why you here? She was like, yeah, I used to dance, but I had kids, so I got stretch marks. Mind you, I don't have no stretch marks because, you know, that Jamaican remedy that I used, I don't have not a stretch mark and I have 3 kids. But at that time, I only had 2. So she was like, I'm trying to see if I could dance here. So I finally get inside, security let us in. I finally get inside, man, I'm looking everybody naked. It just felt like paradise. I was like, oh, look at that fan one over there, look at that fan one over there. And there was this one light-skinned girl on a pole. I forgot what her name was, but she was on a pole. And she was just working the pole. It just looked so majestic and magical to me at that time. I was like, ooh, I want to do this. I was like a whole Ebony in the Players Club at that moment. Like, when can I start? So, long story short, we had to wait till the manager lady came. And she was a pretty lady. She was like the girlfriend of the owner of the club. So I think she was. So she was like, had pretty curly hair, like she was an Indian type woman. So she was like, okay, y'all could come in the back in the dressing room and get naked. Let me see y'all body. So the other girl showed her body. She was like, no, you got stretch marks. You can't have stretch marks here. So I get butt booty naked. I'm scared. Sadly, she told me, baby, you too skinny. She told me I was too skinny. I was like, see, I told this girl that I can't do this because I'm like $1.5. Like, who gonna want to see me? So she told me, oh, you too skinny. So I was like, okay. So the girl was like, you should go and meet the Angels and we could go there and see what he said. Went to Angels, no problem. We didn't even have to wait. Like, we went straight in. He was like, yeah, y'all come back. Y'all can work. Y'all know Angels was in North Miami. That was a money spot back in the day. We will talk about that later. But he was like, yeah, come back and work. Mind you, I had no outfits. I didn't know what shoes to get. But thanks to my friend, she kind of told me what and what. But she didn't school me on the outfits. I was making up stuff from shit I had at home that was just a no-no, okay? But eventually, as you get into it, as I get into the story, yeah, but I mean, the guy was like, come, you could start day shift. And they start the girls that don't look too all that or up the part on day shift. So yes, I was on day shift because I was pretty but bony. Still pretty, but I ain't that bony no more. That Sarah Quitter gave me some weight that I need to lose some of. But I went and I was going to start there and some shit went left, but that's how I started. He told us to come back. Mind you, the girl went, but I didn't go. When I was there, I found another girl I linked up with. Her name was Ashley. They used to call her A1. I don't want to put people's name out there, but she probably ain't even know A1 or what was no more. She was really thick. And I stayed that night at that club with A1. And A1 took us back to the Rolex. This was a whole week later because I was so scared to start dancing that I would just go sit in the club and watch the girls and see what they do and what was going on. But A1, she the one, she was the real deal. That was my dog. And she took us back to Rolex. And this time it was like, it was full. It was like, it was lit. It was full enough. And then we went to the man this time. The man hired me. The lady his girlfriend had told me no. But the man was like, nah, you could work here day shift though. So I was like, okay, I'd rather fuck with Rolex right now. That's the closest one. I don't know why I didn't want to do Angels at the time. But I stayed with Rolex and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start here. And it took me a while, but I started day shift and I stopped going to the call center. I been had stopped that because I was like, I'm finna start dancing. So I took my little contraption that I made out of outfits, just regular thongs and cutting up shit. But I had the clear shoes. The clear shoes be letting people know you be new. Because when you had them clear shoes back in the day, all my other dancers, y'all know them clear shoes mean that girl is new. So I come in there day shift, 12 o'clock when they open. First dude grabbed me. Big dude. Dark-skinned big dude. He was like, oh, I'm gonna take you to VIP. Let's go and dance. So I'm nervous, like I kind of been sitting around watching. And I danced this dude and he pulls his stuff out and I'm like shocked, like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that. But long story short, I made $50 in that little bit of time. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I thought I made some money. So after I danced him with his nasty behind, I left with that $50 and thought I made some good money because I was used to $10 an hour, working 8 hours and only getting $80, and I made $50 in like 3 minutes. Tell me that one God. Well, wasn't that great? But yeah, so